We got robbed. We got robbed. We've been robbed. Hey, what? We got robbed.
What?
My rings. My rings are gone.
You ain't got no rings.
Sure don't.
This is an iron ring. It's basically something engineers are bestowed with by their final year of engineering. It's proof that we're officially engineers who will be responsible with what we do. You're probably wondering right now, how the hell did this idea come about? Well, back in the early 20th century, a bridge in Quebec known as the Quebec Bridge sadly collapsed in 1907, which unfortunately took the life of 76 people. Part of the reason why it collapsed was because of a lot of design flaws and human arrogance. Due to this, there was a greater need for better standards and ethical practices within engineering. This led to a guy named Herbert Holtain who had the idea of doing a ceremony for engineers to commit to upholding the highest standards of staying ethical as well as being responsible, just to build a stronger spirit within engineers. And after a lot of bickering amongst people in his circle, which I'm too lazy to talk deeper about, the first ceremony took place on April 25th, 1925, where 6 engineers took the obligation to uphold 3 things: integrity, competence, and accountability within their work. The ring itself was originally made of iron, but was changed to use stainless steel. And as of today, it's been the 100th year of iron ring ceremonies, which makes this video somewhat good timing to talk about. But I didn't make this video to talk about the history of the ceremony, because really, who wants to hear about that?
I do.
Ignore that. Instead, what I want to do is talk about my experience about that, and in particular, something the engineering department does in my university leading up to the actual ceremony. This is called Disorientation Week. So Disorientation Week is a full week of activities for final year students at Waterloo that lets students release all their stress from doing schoolwork, and in final year students' case, capstone, and just have fun with their friends. There's painting, there's dodgeball, there's drag shows, brewery tours, and more. There are lots of choices for people to go to. And these activities all lead up to the iron ring ceremony, where we eventually get our actual rings. So to start, I'll talk about how we get the iron ring. So first, the formal invitation is sent to your university email account, which tells you to first register for the ceremony online through a link that they send. On this registration, you're allowed to bring one guest that is a friend or close family member. The guest can be one of 2 options. One is the guest observer, which is just someone who observes you during the ceremony, but can only do so in a separate building, as most of the seats during the ceremony are for the students, so there's limited space. However, another way your guest can enter the actual ceremony without watching it somewhere else is by being a guest ring presenter to you, in which they will be the one who will give the ring to you to wear. But the guest needs to be an obligated engineer for 4 or more years and needs to have received their own iron ring. If they follow these requirements, they are allowed to be seated in the same ceremony hall as you. After that, there will be a main session for ring fitting, where a bunch of engineers are going to be lined up to see what size their ring needs to be, particularly in the main engineering building on campus. The lines are very long, and it could take as long as 1 to 2 hours just to reach the front of the line. Also, there are areas on campus with certain contraptions that allow you to have a guess on what possibly might be your ring size before the actual ring fitting. However, there are professionals on the day of the ring fitting event that will help you out, so there's no need to see beforehand what might be your size. There's also a refitting session after the ceremony in case the size that you got either doesn't fit or is too tight or loose for you. What you also have to know is that for the various activities that Disorientation Week provides, you need to buy tickets. These tickets can range in price depending on how popular the event is. And also keep in mind that there are limited spots for certain events, so you need to get your tickets as soon as possible, like literally on the first day. Otherwise, you most likely won't get them after, and you would need to ask others if you don't have those tickets overall. The 3 tickets that I bought consisted of dodgeball and 2 events called Dusted and Iron Ring Shindig. Speaking about the last 2, Dusted is a night event where a bunch of people are taken by bus to a mystery location to get hammered, and that's why I eventually gave up my ticket to someone, because I don't drink, and this whole event was about drinking as much as possible. But from the people that I'd heard did go to the event, it seemed like a pretty awesome time. So if you like drinking, this would be an event I would recommend. And the Iron Ring Shindig is an after party that happens right after the Iron Ring ceremony that's hosted by the Engineering Student Society somewhere near campus. We all wear matching shirts, which I'll show right here. And to get in, you need to wear the t-shirt and bring your iron ring. They will not let you in if you don't have your ring. That's very important. Also note that this ticket this year costed like $35, and the event itself is limited in the amount of people it can bring in. So a word of advice, if you want to get this ticket especially, get it on the first day as soon as possible. So on Monday, I did dodgeball, mainly because I assumed that a lot of people would sign up since, hey man, it's dodgeball, it's fun, right? I was hyped. I was ready to go down, take down 1,000,000 engineers with my epic throws, and then...
Oh shit! Watch out! You got hit? Oh my god.
Yeah, that didn't happen as I thought. We had as much as 12 people show up. I literally got an Uber trying to get to the athletic center since I assumed there would be a butt ton of people wanting to play. But I was wrong. But overall, I did enjoy the event, and everyone who played had a good time, and I did too. Does anyone not like dodgeball anymore? On top of that, a bunch of people in my program decided to do a little dinner celebrating us getting the iron ring. We ended up getting barbecue at this one restaurant called the Lancaster Smokehouse. It was a pretty good time if you ask me. There's also something that we do before the ceremony, and that's called a prank night. So what happens is that for each engineering program, the students in their respective program will come together for one night and decorate some part of the engineering building in the theme of our choice. Usually we tend to do this for the entire night, in which some people don't even get enough sleep until the morning. So in the biomedical engineering program, which is my program, we ended up doing a quarantine theme where everything was decorated as if the area was extremely infected and everyone was at risk of getting contaminated. We had crime scenes, red paint all over to represent fake blood. Think of it like a zombie apocalypse almost like World War Z. And by the way, here's a compilation of us getting everything prepared for that night.
Caesars.
I love when you wanna waste time. Need you alone in my bed all night. All night, all night. I love when you wanna waste time. Hit my phone when you wanna come back. Need you alone in my bed all night. All night, all night. Don't tell me what you want, just tell me what you need. Could never tell you leave, you got me in my feelings. You know I wanna see it, now I know that you're not deceiving. I'm trying to wake up with you, without any makeup. Hold back with me, let's go to round 3, babe. Yeah. Never black and white, nostalgia got me twice. Impulsive advice.
On top of that, there were other programs that did other cool decorations around the engineering building.
In my phone when you wanna come by. Need you alone in my bed all night, all night.
Although my jaw did drop when I saw this. We're just gonna move on right now.
Is there a ceremony?
So we ended up getting our iron rings. And funny enough, me and my friends ended up finding a large study hall in the building that we were in that nobody else was in, and we ended up taking a lot of dope pictures. Thankfully, nobody came in and ended up stealing our idea, which was pretty cool.
Just got back from the iron ring ceremony. Let's go.
And then a few hours later, a bunch of us ended up going to the Iron Ring Shindig. Apparently they didn't want people recording during the actual event, but I'll give you a few clips of it. I mean, what are they gonna do if they find this out? And that's all I'm gonna show. Hopefully they don't take this part down, like I said. And that's how Disorientation Week was for me. I guarantee you it's such a dope feeling to get that ring after struggling for 4 to 5 years in this degree, since it makes you feel like a big person on campus. So to all undergraduate engineers currently in Canada going through it right now with school, This hopefully gives some hope to keep grinding on whatever you're doing, since you'll be able to reach that final year and get a nice good looking ring. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys later.